guys remember when we found that sword behind the bushes?
I do.
Can I ask you about that? I just think about it.
You're about to, like, establish some deep McElroy lore that I can't believe is not out there.
Travis remember. Okay, so,
I remember it.
So in front of our house, our ancestral home on 10th Street in Heights, West Virginia, there was row bushes outside the porch. And one day we went behind the bushes, and that was a thing. Going behind the bushes was an issue, right? You had to really get back there. It was a whole production. But one day we went behind the bushes, and we found without knowing anything about swords, looked like a Civil War era saber.
Correct. That's exactly how I would describe it. Very beat up. Like I remember the
sheath was
the scabbard, like the end of it was like broken off.
As you can imagine, being young boys finding a sword behind some bushes, it's like incredible. And we, for years, like we had this sword, and we talked about it and wondered about it. It is occurring to me now, Trav and Griff, talking through this.
Yeah.
Dad definitely bought that sword and didn't want Mom to know he bought the sword.
100,000%, Justin.
I'm 44 years old, and I realized 20 minutes ago, Dad definitely bought the sword.
Bought it like an antique store or a rummage sale or something.
And he put it behind the bushes as a fun little thing, or because he didn't want Mom to be mad at him. It was one of the two.
Whoa, a sword? How weird. I guess I should keep this in my room.
Hard disagree, guys. I think a big Civil War fight happened outside our house.
In the year 1994?
Yeah.
No.
Because it wasn't there when we moved in.
And it wasn't buried, Griffin. It was just sitting on the ground.
You don't know it wasn't buried, and tectonic shifting pushed it upwards, oil.
We had a 3.3 earthquake here in Huntington this week. These things happen.
It happens. It unearths old Civil War swords every time that happens. There's a whole strata of them under the surface. It doesn't take much for one of them to perk up. And so this sword, which does have magic properties, was very real and a relic, and I don't know where it is right now. If it got thrown away, did it get thrown away? Probably. It was an old sword. It was pretty beat up.
And it was definitely for the Union, so don't ask.
It was a magic Union blade.